What's up, YouTube? It's your boy John from Project Ellsworth. A couple days ago, I had to run out to Mays Landing, New Jersey. I was looking for something over there, and while I was there, I stopped at a Walmart, picked up a couple things. Last night, Janae and I both had to go back out to Mays Landing, New Jersey to pick something up for dinner. While we were there, we stopped at a TJ Maxx. Next to TJ Maxx, we stopped at a Dollar Tree. And then when we ran over to get something for dinner, we stopped at the Christmas tree shop. It's another haul video. I hope everybody out there is doing well and staying safe as usual. All right, so I'll start with what I picked up at Walmart the other day. This one I'm a little bit late for, but I more or less got it just for me to have down here. I've been looking for one of these advent calendars, and every time I've seen them a whole bunch of times, but every time I've seen them, they're $50, they're $60, and that's absolutely ridiculous. No way in the world I'm paying that. The other day, I found this at Walmart for $28, so I picked it up, and more or less, I was thinking about doing a YouTube video for all 13 of these, but by the time I got it, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I had the fleeting thought of opening 3 or 4 of them to get me caught up, and then every day putting out a video. But I know a couple of my friends are already doing these videos out there, so I figured, what the hell? I'm not going to step on anybody's toes. I'm not going to get in anybody's way. I got this for me. So I did finally pick that up. I thought about waiting until next year, but I had a feeling next year they're going to do it again, but it's going to be a different calendar. I wanted to make sure I got that. There's a couple pop figures inside of there that I know I want, and I didn't want to take a chance of not getting those. So I picked it up. The other thing I picked up at Walmart was something to add to my skull collection that I've never seen before. Well, I've never seen one like this before. It's a skull, but it identifies all the different sections of a skull on it. I know that does not exactly fit the motif down here, but I thought this was really cool. It's a good looking skull, and it was a whopping $4.97. So for that price, there was no way I was leaving Walmart without that skull. All right, next up, we went to TJ Maxx, and I bought this sign. It says, "Resilience, the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, toughness, the ability to spring back into shape." I bought that with the thought that I think that this would look really good behind me in my videos when I do movie reviews, next to the one that I have up there about being a father that my son gave me for Father's Day. So I just thought that would be a cool addition. Positive thought, positive sign to always have behind me when I'm making my videos. Good vibes. All right, next up, at the Christmas tree shop, I picked up this skull. He wasn't expensive either. $8. It's a steampunk skull with a light bulb on top of him that lights up. I thought he was neat. They didn't have a whole lot in there that I wanted, but I definitely wanted him. I thought he was cool. And I picked up another steampunk skull earlier this year, and if I'm not mistaken, I got that at the Christmas tree shop. So apparently they must have like a steampunk thing going on over there this year. Thought he was cool, had to have him. All right, and the other thing that I picked up at TJ Maxx, this was a whopping $4, is just another glass skull. I thought he was pretty neat. I paid no attention to what he actually was. He was just bought to be down here in my collection. And he is actually a scrubby holder. In the back is where you put like a little sponge. Pretty cool, really cheap. Never going to be used for that, but figured I had to have him down here in my collection too. I'm running out of time for Halloween, so it's getting to the point where I'm going to buy almost anything I see, especially if it's that cheap. We actually stopped at a couple different stores last night too. We swung by Ross, and where else did we stop? I know we stopped somewhere else. Whatever, doesn't matter. And I stopped at a couple other stores last night, and they didn't have anything whatsoever. So, moving on. All right, at Dollar Tree, I had a really good movie haul. I haven't been to this particular Dollar Tree in a couple of months. And it's very clear that maybe I'm the only one around here that buys horror movies like this, because they had a pretty good haul. In a little bin, they had all these movies. All right, so, and remember, Dollar Tree. These were all $1. I picked up one called House of Salem. Got another, The Secret in the Walls. Got one called The Odds with a cool slipcover. Got one called The Lady in Black. This is the only Blu-ray that they had that I wanted. What is it? Kiss of the Damned. It's a vampire movie. Dwelling. The Shadow Man. Cell Count. Tell Me How I Die. Sounds like an awful idea. Who would want to know that? Mandy, the Haunted Doll. Something tells me this is probably really bad. It's probably a cheap B-rated knockoff of Annabelle. This one looks very different, but it caught my eye, and I read the back of it, and I had to grab it. Absorbing and unnerving. This is Bubble. So the cover of this caught my eye. Let me see if I can see this well enough to read it. I'm not going to sit here and read all these, but this one sounded really good, especially for $1. In this unique cinematic experiment, acclaimed director Steven Soderbergh brings this tragic story to life with startling realism. A bizarre love triangle is born at a doll factory in a small Midwestern town. Lonely and isolated, longtime employees Martha and Kyle have become friends by default in spite of their drastic age difference. Their dynamic is upset by the arrival of a new worker, young, attractive single mother Rose. As Martha grows increasingly wary about Rose's dubious character, she discovers Kyle and Rose developing a friendship of their own. When a murder investigation begins, it calls into question our established assumptions about these characters' and life in their small town. This sounded really, really interesting to me. This is actually the only one I read because I wanted to make sure it was a horror movie before I bought it. And of all these that I bought, that's the one that is I'm most interested in watching. All right, moving on. I got Murder Party. Paranormal Abduction. The Boy. Not to be confused with the Lauren Cohan movie called The Boy, but I also remember seeing this in Best Buy a couple years ago now, and I never picked it up. So, good thing, because there it was for $1. Darkness Reigns. Bride of Scarecrow. It's gotta be interesting or terrible, one or the other. And lastly, American Poltergeist. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 movies for $17 at Dollar Tree, where we kind of went on a whim. So, no complaints here. All right, that is going to do it, and I think that that's probably going to do me for hauls until after Halloween, which will be in 5 days. It'll be Sunday. I always go to Spirit Halloween the day after Halloween, and I also like to hit Ross and Marshall's and Kohl's and those types of places because all of their Halloween stuff is 50% off. So I try and scoop up everything I can get my hands on. But I think that's going to be it for a while. And after that haul, I might be done until after Christmas, because if I keep buying things, my wife is going to kill me. She's not going to be able to buy me anything for Christmas. So, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you really like this video and you've been enjoying my content up to this point, please do me a huge personal favor. Click that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Have a kick-ass day. And thank you for watching. Later, folks.